What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
another damn
another
podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our
our
damn
damn
self.
selves. Episode 308, kid.
08, getting up
308,
there.
yeah. Getting up, yeah. Schizophrenic ass weather, yeah. It's like
As we both are wearing hoodies today.
back down to 40. Was last week it was like 80.
Ariana was like, Mommy, why is the weather like, why is it hot then it's cold and it's hot then it's cold then? Because I
It's
had to
like,
make her put her winter coat back on. I'm like, baby, this is Chicago in
I was
spring.
about
This
to say to quote DJ Ferris what he said, because this Chicago, nigga.
I was like, baby, Chicago in springtime, especially in early spring, it's very sketchy. I've been telling her this for a while. It's very around your birthday, it's going to be very sketchy,
Mm.
very much so. But I think she's starting to grasp that concept because like last week or wherever, like was the first day like my kids got to go and play in my backyard. So it's like they were outside running around playing, having so like it's great. It was like 85 degrees. They're like, wow, this is great. I love my backyard. They're like, okay, you gotta go back inside. Yeah, you can't play in the backyard now. It's cold again.
Because I was on the phone with when Khalil was asked. It was when it got cold again. He's like, "Yeah, can we go out in the backyard today?" He was like, "Nah,
No. I was like, no.
40 degrees today, so I don't think so."
Because they had too much fun. Like he has little monster trucks out there and they was having a ball running around the backyard. But
Yeah,
now though it's like, ugh. And it's going to be down for a while. Like I don't think it's going to get back to the 60s until like next week or something like that. And
another week of
the
hoodie.
80s was food. Like that was fool's gold because it should have
You
never
knew
been
that
that
wasn't gonna
hot
last. You knew that
in March or April. It should have never been that hot in April.
you knew that wasn't gonna last.
Yeah. But you have to let people know. I saw people running with their shorts on, running the lake for us. Like,
That's fine.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a block from the restaurant, so yeah, I'm all about that.
Running the lake for his shorts. I'm like, all right. I saw somebody shirtless. I'm like, oh, come on now. I'm like, it's going to be cold tomorrow. Like, you outside shirtless.
Yeah, downtown or something. Yeah.
Like, y'all doing too much. Like, y'all must want to get the pneumonia. Y'all must want to get that.
We gonna come back to Chicago and the weather and all of that. Some craziness, but big weekend for boxing fans this weekend.
Yes.
We'll call it the huge fight. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Huge.
Huge.
7-round knockout victory.
Mm-hmm.
Davis, big win.
Yeah. I actually could say that I'm actually happy that Marcus did purchase a pay-per-view for that because when he told me last week that he was like, I want to order the fight. He's like, so we can have a few people over. He's like, I'm gonna order the fight. I was like, after the debacle of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather when Ariana was a baby in 2015, I was like,
No, you soured, but yeah, that
I
was
was very sour because that
every
was the
fight
most
was not gonna be.
underwhelming fight I had ever seen in my life. I was like, this is boring. It was a bunch of
That's Floyd.
hugging, hugging, they kept on
Floyd.
hugging each other. Like, what is this?
That's Floyd.
Like I was like, what is this? Is a kumbaya moment? Like I just wasn't feeling it. And then I'm like, I want to see like I want to see some sticky move. I want to see some action.
Would you
And we did get to see action with
would you
that
like to
David
see the finish
Garcia.
of this fight?
Yeah, it was some
Let's
action.
do it.
So
Let's see the finish of this fight.
yeah, that we were watching.
I thought I muted this bullshit. I don't want it to get taken down.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna see. Oh, but yeah, that was the punch. It was so fast. You gotta see it again. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't even realize what
Angle.
had
There it is
happened.
there. He got him there.
Yep.
Off better from this angle, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't even see it because it was so quick. Because like
Body
he's
shot,
very
yeah.
fast.
Some
It was
saying it was
body.
I thought it was the kidney, some said it was the liver, some said it was the rib. Whatever it was, it dropped Garcia.
It was an organ. It was something.
I
Organ
thought it was a
bone,
kidney punch.
something.
That's what I thought, yeah. So that's it, the decision right there.
Mm-hmm. Because when it happened, we were watching because all of us because like that first hit that he did in the second round,
Second
Davis,
round, not
when
hit
he
him.
it's like he went under because like Garcia went over his head, he went under, and then he caught
Connor
him here, and it was
took him out
like
with a
his
hook.
face went boop,
I want
and
to say
then
it was a
he
left hook. He took him out with in the second round.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then he went on the ground because like everybody was like, "Ooh!" Everybody, ooh, you know, the room went
A
like
lot of
that.
people thought it was over there, and I knew it
It
wasn't.
was over.
I knew it
I
wasn't
thought
going
it
to
was
go
over
the
too
distance, but I said I don't think it's over yet. It's like,
in the second round because that's like, geez, that's fast. A
we did
second
have
round
a
knockout
first
is
round
fast.
knockout. The co-main was a first round knockout. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because I totally missed that because I had just got back from
Oh,
doing
you did, man. I know you
I
walked in.
think I missed it. I think I was like coming on the tail end of that.
Come
I
in right
think.
after you got knocked
I
out.
think I was coming on the because
Yeah,
everybody was talking, everybody was kind of like chattering when I came in the house, and I was
yeah.
like, "What's going on?"
Some of them undercard for like the first one was good. Then the second one was like you said, it was like the Floyd Pacquiao was dull. It was okay. This is like putting everybody
A
to
lot
sleep.
of hugging.
Third one was a first round knockout. I was like, yeah, that's what that got everybody hyped for the main event. It's okay. That's what we needed. A quick knockout. We don't need another 10-round undercard. It was like, yeah, just knock his ass out so we can get to the main event. Yeah.
Mhm. Because with the main event, yeah, that was good though. And then when he got him with the body shot, because then right when he because like it was so quick, like I said, like if you didn't know, like I didn't know what had happened. And then when they slowed it down, I was like, oh, because he hit him right here. And then when he dropped to his knee, you could see like blood like came out of his nose. Like blood did come out of Garcia's nose. We were like, oh, like dang. And then he dropped he took a knee, so he couldn't.
I
And you could
wasn't
see
even
them
sure
like
at first. I wasn't even sure about this fight going in because I've kind of fallen out of boxing, like in recent, like back in my day. I'm about to have my old man.
your old
I
man
come from
moment.
the era of a lot of the cats sitting in the audience. That's the era I came from. It's like Tyson,
Tyson was an
Sugar
audience, yeah.
Ray. It's like yeah, like those are the cats I grew up. With. Tommy Hearns back in the day, Marvin Hagler, but Holyfield, I get Riddick Bowe. Who else is from the era? Lennox Lewis. That's
Lennox
the
Lewis,
era of
yeah.
boxing that I come off from. Roy Jones Jr. That's the era that
That was whatchamacallit, when they showed whatchamacallit, who is that? Mario Lopez was sitting next to who was he sitting next
you
to?
send with Pacquiao. I want to say yeah,
Yeah, I think he was sitting next to Pacquiao. I was gonna say because I was like, what's Mario Lopez doing?
yeah, you can Pacquiao.
Mario Lopez. And then when they showed the other side, then Mark Wahlberg was there. So I was like, okay, so Marcus Slater are like sitting together. I was like, what's going on?
Okay,
There's a lot going on. Because I mean, I do like to see the celebrity gaze, like when they show like the audience. I do like to see like what celebrities are in the building. And they did say Drake bet $1 million on
that,
Davis to
yeah,
win. So
Drake
Drake
got
got his money. Drake won.
Drake won. Like that sounds familiar. Shout out Pusha T.
Drake got his million.
We're gonna talk more about Pusha T as well.
It was cool though to see like Floyd out there, Floyd Mayweather with Davis. That was a nice shot to see him,
Floyd's manager and shit too was like
kind of like,
Floyd and
like a
Floyd.
young buck, so
He's looking for the next Mayweather.
mhm.
I should have worn my 50 and 0 shirt. I forgot. That's what I should have because I have my Mayweather 50 and I should have worn that for the
I
fight.
didn't realize that those guys, I didn't realize it was like a lightweight when they were like weighing in the guys. I was like 135 pounds. I was like, these are little dudes. Like, they little.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize what type of, I knew it
You
was
know
like,
what weight class it
I didn't
was.
know what weight class it was. And then when they said 135, I was like, they weigh less than me. I was like, these are some little
A
guys.
lot of times, especially nowadays, these the smaller fighters are more exciting because they got stamina. Some of them heavyweights they get winded. It's like yeah,
Yeah. Because they were fast, both of them. Like they was,
yeah.
like
If
their feet, they were,
you like
they were
240,
like,
you
they
might
were,
run
they
out
were
of gas
quick.
quicker and shit than you like 140. It's like yeah.
They were super fast. Both of them were very fast. They were both very quick. So I mean, maybe I am not. So now this restored my faith in boxing now. So maybe we might do another fight thing down the line. Maybe
There's another big one like this.
if it's another big one, we might do another one. So, but I was very sour.
Garcia part two. You know they're gonna have a part two. No, you got to do a remix. You know it's gonna be a part two. Maybe if they do part two.
And then play the Avengers theme, play the Avengers theme when they come out.
Speaking of that, shout out Chief Keef.
Chief Keef was like,
Devontae Davis
okay,
had Sosa wrap him to the ring.
that's Chicago right there. Okay, like so
I got
Chicago.
everybody hyped. Yeah,
We were
shout
like this. We were all like,
out O Block and shit. Yeah, which wasn't named after me, by the way. I'm the furthest thing from O Block. I know all about O Block though. Yeah, I was on one of my home. What? Well, I won't tell that story. But
yeah, don't tell that story.
yeah, I got history with O Block and a chick. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think she still lives there, but still.
But like I said, big weekend. Cool. It's like for everybody who got to watch the fight wherever you were, whether you were at the bar or someone's house or
Oh,
wherever.
yeah, someone's house
Hall.
who I'm
Yeah,
talking
you at
to
mine.
now. I'm talking
In the
to.
hall, wherever. I'm sure that the
Or,
fight was
or for all
like
you or for all you big ballers who were at the
at the fight.
at the T-Mobile Arena in fucking Vegas. You big
Spend
money.
that $100,000 to sit ringside. Probably was about 100 grand to sit ringside, probably.
Wonder what it was just to get in the building. I'm sure it's probably close to 1,000 just for the nosebleeds.
Just to be in the nosebleed.
700-800 probably for that. I'm sure.
And then again, then as you get a seat, you probably pay like 4 or 5 grand to get a seat. Like an upper balcony seat.
I was looking at the downside guarantees. They said that Davis's guarantee, I think it said was 5 million. Plus he gets a percentage of the pay-per-view buys too. So a percentage of the money else, man. He gets a cut of that too. So he made some bread off of that. So
I'm not sure how much we spent because Marcus did that, but I mean, I know how much paper. I can imagine how much pay-per-view is.
Got a cut of that though.
So you got Davis, you got a cut of our pay-per-view money.
He got 5 million up front plus a cut of the pay-per-view buys. I don't know what his percentage, but he definitely got a cut of it.
And Davis, I hope you have good managers and good team around you because I don't want, like I said, I'm glad that people are becoming more financially literate. Basically, I'm glad that people are becoming financially literate.
Mike Tyson, everybody ripped Mike off.
Yeah, because and then you think about these boys, like they're young. Like Garcia's what, like 24, I think. Like these are young. These are very young men. Like they're very young.
Like that, yeah. So yeah.
They're very young men, and it's like, and like Garcia's from Mexico. Davis is from Baltimore, so it's like, they're from like these poor areas.
Why did everybody think that he was actually from O Block? Because he was half the room was
he's
like
from Baltimore, but
I thought he was from Baltimore, but yeah, I'll accept him in Chicago.
Chicago's his second home. It's his second home.
Third right there, representing like
second home. Second home.
Shout out Tony. 63rd in the building there. Oh, like he's not actually from Chicago. He just had Chief Keef come to the ring with
him. But I mean, I'm just glad that I'm hoping that they do have like the good support around. They have a real team that's not trying to rip them off, because it's a lot of that still happens in the industry.
Cats are a little smarter now. Like Floyd is smarter with his money. Like Floyd has most of his money, whereas Tyson lost most of his money. It's like Like Holyfield, he got ripped out like a lot of them cats from back in the day. Like
Holyfield has some baby mama issues too.
Yeah, lost a lot of
yeah, that was part of it too.
I'm sure some of it was stolen too.
Some of it was stolen. Then
wasn't just the baby mama.
He had like 10 kids by like however many different women. He had like a lot of kids.
Still had money left. That was the point.
Yeah,
he lost it, and the rest of it was stolen by somebody.
Exactly. Exactly.
What was left? Somebody stole it.
Exactly.
But that's where we at now. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the fight, kid.
I did too.
Do another, yeah. I'm interested, yeah.
I say I'm warmed up to it now. I am. I'm warmed up to it.
When I got to bring it back up now in the oldie but a goodies.
Oh,
remember this graphic? After the fight, is it true now? Chicago's Mount Rushmore with Common, Kanye, Twister, Chief Keef. Is this the Mount Rushmore of Chicago? Has Keef moved into it officially?
I can't.
Because that's the one everybody will say, but like, yeah, shit, does that make him official?
I can't
The
yay or
fourth
nay
spot is
that.
tough. It's like
The first three,
first three,
obviously, that's a
yeah, like
no-brainer.
I can't justify knocking any of them. Even for
Yeah,
all the y'all that hate Kanye and whatever, it's like, yeah, you can't justify knocking him off of that mountain.
exactly.
He's in Chicago. Yeah.
In Chicago.
He is Chicago. Yeah. So but does Chief Keef get the fourth spot? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I won't let you shit on Sosa. God damn it. He did I won't say started, but popularized the drill movement. He probably, I
Yeah,
think he started, yeah. Like the drill is Chief Keef is drill, like yeah,
yeah.
whether he started it or not, like he's the one. Yeah, that's his legacy.
That's his legacy.
Real,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
real music is Chief Keef's legacy. But where should we start? We got a lot of different directions we can go. Like yeah,
Since we had that door open with the sports, we could stay sports and hop into this NBA action because pretty much after the fight
run,
went off,
let's run through the NBA
Feast
because
was like, let's turn on the rest, turn okay, hit that ESPN. Feast was like, hit that ESPN.
yeah,
Watch it the
he
game.
left right
And then he
after.
left.
Walked out together because I was tired as hell. I knew I wasn't gonna watch that Lakers game. I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Had been up all day.
Well, because he had intentions too, because he had been up all day too. Like, you could have intentions, like, yeah, and then you're like, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah, like babe was falling asleep on me. Like she had been up
I'm
even earlier.
tired.
She had worked that morning. Yeah,
And then
so
y'all like, oh, we're not gonna spend the night at Naeem's house, so sleep.
we're like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Although you said that because the kids weren't there, you said you called Khalil's room if you did have to sleep. You
I was
called.
talking shit, but still.
I know. Like, I called his room.
Hey, Leo ain't here. That's where I'm sleeping. Getting me a bed, damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do a quick NBA recap. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we predicted the Nets. I was a sweep as
It's a
predicted.
sweep. It's a sweep.
As predicted, that was easily a sweep.
Yeah, that was probably the easiest one to predict.
Hmm.
Um,
Go ahead.
is heavily leading. Denver is heavily leading at this point. Like I said, it's like stuff is still obviously in motion because like as we record, it's games going on.
Yeah,
It's what's it, 40 games and 40 nights or something like that. Like it's
yeah,
crazy. Like NBA time right now is crazy.
a lot. Playoff season.
Yeah. So I might just check in my stuff real quick. Yeah, the Nuggets played the other day, so like they lead 3-0. Philly was a sweep. Phoenix, they're leading three to
Yeah, I saw
one right now.
3-1. The Suns are up on the Clippers 3-1. I
Mhm.
think.
The Heat are up on the Bucks now,
3-1, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and that didn't go the way I predicted because Giannis got injured. So it's like, and
Jimmy Butler is a special player.
it's still like a day to day because like they haven't. I don't think they've officially announced like if Jan like is it just like a day to day thing. Like I think it's
I
like
don't
that.
know. Yeah, they still haven't said because like NBA injuries are a little different than NFL injury report. NFL, you know the whole story.
Yeah,
NBA they real vague about shit. It's like we're like cats. You could have like a torn ACL and they'd be like, oh, it's a knee injury. Like when ACL tears, like that's like a year-long
that's a
recovery.
year long
They'd
recovery
be like, oh, he's
minimum.
day to day, yeah, with a knee injury. And then it's like this time next year, he's still out.
A knee injury is like, okay, like I bumped my knee when I was sitting up when I was getting out my chair and I bumped it against the door jamb. That's a knee. That's like, okay, yeah, I hit my knee wrong and I had
NBA
to put some ice on it.
real vague about these injuries.
Yeah. Not an ACL tear. That's not a day to day
That
injury.
happens. Like Kawhi Leonard a couple years ago, he had an ACL tear, like, and the players like, yeah, they kept saying a knee injury.
A
Then
knee
when he
injury.
got eliminated, they said, oh yeah, he's the torn
He tore his
ACL, he's out
ACL.
for the season. Like we knew that. It's like we knew he wasn't coming out, he wasn't coming back. That we knew it was serious. So yeah,
And then the Lakers lead the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they won that
Won.
game that we
They
walked
won
out
that
on. Yeah,
game.
like, yeah, they were up by like 30. That's why I left. So whatever, or 20,
Yeah.
whatever.
They
Yeah,
were by 20 like during
yeah.
halftime. And then
But we by the time we turned it on after the fight, it was like the fourth quarter. They were up by like over 20. I was like, okay, like
yeah,
unless
but
like unless the Lakers completely collapse, like they probably so said we could bounce. Yeah.
mhm.
Like the Grizzlies are probably not coming back from that deficit. Yeah.
There's some stuff that'll be in action that will have more information like Cavs and Knicks. Like I said, that's like my favorite matchup that I said, and it's living up to its expectation. It seems like
Um, I don't know what's going on. I know Kings were up on the Warriors 2-1. I don't know what's going to
they're up
happen.
2-1. The
I don't know.
Warriors play Sunday,
Okay, so
so I
like
mean,
that,
so
I
by the
don't know what's
time,
going to happen. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going to
yeah, by
happen.
the time you guys hear, yeah,
But
you'll know if it's a tied thing or if it's 3-1.
yeah,
And then Boston's another one that's gonna be in motion too, because Boston's up 2-1 currently. So we'll know if Boston is a 3-1 or a 2-2.
Knicks
And
Cavs
then we'll know,
right
and then
now.
we'll also know if the Nuggets swept. I think that the Nuggets are going to sweep. I'm just gonna make that prediction now. I think they're sweeping the
They
Timberwolves.
probably join Philly in the second round.
Yeah, they're the ones who get to the second round first
Yeah,
and get some rest.
yeah, yeah. Boston join Philly in the second round.
Yeah, but those are the games that are be in motion still as we record by the time you guys here. Because then the other games don't play until tomorrow and then
Monday
Tuesday.
night game, so the
Night.
podcast will be out by the Monday night. But
Yeah. So
I
I mean,
start
like I said, my favorite one still, like I said, that my favorite matchup is still the Cavs and the Knicks. Like I think that that one is the most
yeah,
equally matched
and I
one. I
like
think.
Warriors Kings. So that's the one I was excited about.
Yeah, that one is like that one has a more potential than I thought because I thought that the Warriors were going to go into warrior mode because I'm like, since they've been to this land so much, I'm like, even though they struggled on the road and struggled and stuff during the season, I'm like, they're a playoff, like they know how to turn it on. They have that extra gear to turn on the playoffs. That's why I thought that they could run away with it. But the Kings, they have a lot to prove because they haven't been here in like what 16 years,
Yeah.
right?
Um,
Yeah, so
yeah.
they
17.
like you're not going to knock us. I know you the
Yeah.
champ.
2006 was the last playoff time. Yeah,
Mhm.
17 years.
They got this chip on their show because they're like, okay, I know y'all the champs, but you ain't going to knock us out like that. This is our first time being here in
Longest
almost two
been here.
decades, but we ain't going to go out without a fight. You know, they're like, okay, we got something to prove too.
It's like high school kids who like their whole life the Kings have sucked. It's like they don't ever remember. They don't know about the Chris Webber, Vlade
Like,
Divac,
baby.
Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic era. They don't know
They
nothing.
just, no,
They don't know nothing about
no.
that era and shit. Yeah.
You went back, Pages for
They
Yakovich.
don't know
Jeez.
nothing about that era of the Kings. Like when the Kings
Yikes.
and the Lakers were like bitter rivals. Like to them, the Kings have always been a joke and shit.
Was that the one ran fish, ran fish, ran fish? Was that that one?
I think they played this. That was the Spurs, but they did have some buzzer beaters against the Kings.
Okay, okay.
It
I
was,
was trying to remember what that one
I think
was. The
that was
ran
the
fish,
Spurs. The
ran fish,
rim
ran
fish
fish.
was they. I think that was against
And
San
they
Antonio.
go
Yeah,
crowd whip.
but another. I'm thinking when Robert Ory hit a major shot against them. That's what I'm thinking.
Mr.
The big
Seven Rings.
shot Bob. Hey, he hit one. Is
Yes,
like
seven.
because they were going for the rebound. It's like I think Divac like hit it out like because he was just trying to hit it away to like to the hit the ball out into the back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or he's just standing right there, went right in his hands, like no, you knew it was going in. And Ori puts it up, switch.
Whoa.
As soon as he hit it back, and then it went right into Ori's hands. Like, okay, the Lakers are about to win this game. It's like,
Yeah.
a lot of people were hoping that the Lakers would have gotten out of the play-in because of that. Yeah, people wanted that the old Lakers Kings rivalry in the mind because I had the Lakers got the 6th seed, they'd be there, but then the Lakers ended up in the 7th seed, like or in the
Yeah.
play-in, yeah. But
Yeah.
but going in like they were like them like that's like maybe like 6 through 11 kept rotating like
Yeah, it kept on rotating. It
it was,
definitely
the
was
West was
like
real close. It's like yeah,
it was a matter of like maybe a game and a half at most between all those
like
teams.
6 to 11 could have been
At
any.
most, like a game and a half, I think was the most
Some
between.
like and I was kind of one of those like I was like, even though I knew that Golden State, I can't see them going from champions to play in, even though anything can happen. But yeah,
Yeah, I
but
just didn't see,
I was like, I kind of wanted the Lakers to get that six so we could have like the Kings' first playoff series back in after 17 years would have been the Lakers. That'd have been
that
appropriate.
would have been sweet
that,
justice.
that'd have been appropriate because of the rivalries from like 20 some years ago. That would have been appropriate. But
I'm liking so far what the playoffs is giving us. I'm liking it.
okay.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to some more NBA action and just seeing, okay, who ends up in the second round now. So congratulations, Philly, and congratulations soon to be Denver Nuggets too.
Most
Because
likely.
y'all going to.
Most
I'm
likely.
already calling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Minnesota. I'm sorry. Y'all getting swept. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like I said, with all of the
The
infighting
fight. Fighting.
right now.
Because that's the thing, like you never let anybody see, you never let an outside person see what you got going on inside. If you fight inside your family, your team is your family. You fight inside your family. You don't let outsiders see you fight inside your family. You just don't.
Yeah. Keep it in house. Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't let that get out because then, oh, now you got a weak spot. Now we can exploit that. So that's why you don't do that. But yeah.
But let's shift
Hopefully we didn't bore
gears.
you too much with the sports.
Oh
That's
yeah, that's why
right.
we're
Like,
shifting gears right now. That's why I wanted to get real quick on that because we got a lot to
okay,
unpack today.
what
Yeah.
you got? What you got?
Let's rewind. Like, remember this video from was it last year? Yeah. And we're gonna do the updated version of it too. So you remember this video? It was Asian Doll and Fabio Foreman. We talked about this on the podcast. You remember that? He's not
Yeah,
married, but his baby mama definitely had questions about this. It's like, why you all up on this fucking broad like
I
this?
put on their
Yeah, like,
hats.
and it's
Okay.
definitely, yeah, it definitely was questionable, like what he was doing. So we got the new version of that. You probably tell where I'm going with this now. We have the we're gonna call it the 2023 version of it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, let me get
Oh, I think I know where you go. Let me see. Let me
let's get
see.
it
Let me see.
queued up. Let's get it queued up.
Let me see. If it's
Remember,
what I think it is.
we talked about that. We called that inappropriate, but yeah. What about this?
Yeah. Okay. I saw this.
It's the new version of that particular video. Like,
And when they said chance, and I was like, that's not. And I was like, that is chance because I
man,
know she was
it's in Carnival in Jamaica. So
Yeah,
I'll speak to somebody from you. Have a lot. You have some good perspective on all of this. First of all, you're married
I am.
and you've been to Jamaica.
I have.
So a lot of people like that say that it's like, well, that's just the culture like that. Like it's real sexual, especially during Carnival and all of that. So they say, yeah,
I will lead with this. When I went to Jamaica, it was no festivals to the best of my knowledge that was going on.
okay,
Um Jamaica, they are really sensual, but it's like I was on my honeymoon, so it's like I'm directing all my sexual energy to my husband, and he's directing all his energy to me.
well, let's
And
bring
it's
your
like
husband into
we
this. Like, if you saw a video like that pop up with Marcus, who's been out of town on like, yeah, like he's been on guys trips. It's like, yeah, if
we
a
would have
video
some
like that popped up,
conversations.
yeah,
And it's not about the thing about, okay, like me personally, it's like I'm a dancer. Anybody who knows me knows that I like to dance. I love dancing. Marcus is not so good of a dancer. People know that. However, when we're out dancing, Marcus lets me do me. When I'm dancing, I back it up. He just sits back. He just take it. He lets me do me. He's like he knows he can't dance or whatever. But it's like I'm not going to dance on somebody, and then I don't think he would dance on anybody because it's just I mean, the dancing, it wasn't so much with the dancing, but at one point when he was like, he smacked some ass.
back to booty, yeah, because like she
Like
was backing
Chance
it
was
up, and then
smacking
he first
ass.
went like this, and then he started.
And when he smacked the ass, I was like, yeah, smacking ass, that's that gray area.
That's
So
the cross. That's the line cross there. To
that's
smack.
the gray area. And my thing is, I'll say, depending on what type of understanding relationship you have with your spouse, significant other, that's what constitutes what's inappropriate and what's not inappropriate.
Yeah, because that's the other side of this.
That's what
Yeah,
constitutes.
let's rewind back because Chance the Rapper, a lot of he got roasted some years back about because I love my wife
I
and all.
love my wife and I'm a husband
Yeah,
and
which
whatever
is
he
why
said,
he
a
walked away
husband,
from
whatever he
music. He
said.
was like on a focus on family. He kind of
Yeah,
walked away from his music career because of that. He had just got married. Yeah, new wife, new baby.
had new
He was like,
kids, you had new babies, all
like,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to focus. Yeah, focus on the wife. Yeah, so the family thing. Yeah, and now now we know why because being on the road, shit like that happens.
So my thing is, depending on what situation, what understanding he has with his wife. However, I will also leave with this, men. If you're a guy and you say that, if you know that your woman is like, she's uncomfortable about that, but then you still do it, then you're a jerk. If she's like, she doesn't care, like that's the culture, you're just having fun, then okay.
Yeah, it's
That's y'all
Disneyland,
understanding.
Carnival, like yeah,
That's
that's
y'all understanding.
what
We
they
can't
do.
knock what you guys, we can't knock that. It's people who are swinger couples.
Yeah,
It is a whole culture out there. So I
yeah.
don't
Wow,
I'll
museum.
stay
Yeah,
away from that, but that ain't me. But it's like whatever understanding you have with your mate is what you have. But I will lead with this, guys. If you say that, oh well, I'm just having fun, this and this and that. But if the roles are reversed and you see your wife dancing on a guy and he's doing, and
big
you're like, this
big cock diesel looking dude.
looking like what's his face? I can't even think of looking like Michael Jai White, looking like that. Because he's like swole, like somebody like that, looking like Michael Jai White, body like
And they
that.
do it like like
We'll
they
do
do it
it.
like or like and they do it like how the male strippers back then like they when they lift the girls up in the
Yeah, they
air.
lift the girls up and they do that. Yeah.
Shout out, honey.
That's why I stay. That's why I always like I didn't like me personally, I didn't like I went to one of those ladies night thing when I was in college and then they had like the male and like
Honey love was there.
I stayed far because they all because I'm small. I've always been small. So it's like,
They always go for they not
they
gonna
always go for the little one to pick you
some of
up.
them go for the big girl just to prove a point, but like
Yeah.
most of the time they
But
go
they
for
always go for the little one.
yeah. Because
I
everybody
was
can
like,
pick up
what?
a small chick. The really cock dudes, diesel dudes, can pick up the big girl. All
I
of
was 120 pounds when I was in college. So I mean, I was little, I was skinny. So you know they would go for me to pick up the skinny girl. I'm like, that's why I'm like, nah, like go away, no. I'm not, you ain't picking me up. No.
if you saw a video of your wife like in that position, how would
Yeah. And her with her tongue out
that?
like that, hey. And if you are pissed, if you're like seeing you like Morris Chestnut in the Best Man when he read the book and he was
Harper
like
smashed his what's the name?
with the kiss of the forehead. You fuck me. Like you look like Morris Chestnut on that part. If that's how you look when you see your woman when the roles are reversed, then you guys don't have an understanding. It's like you want to do what the hell you want to do, but you want to keep her guarded, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
If you can do it, then she can do it. That's what I'm saying. You gotta but these are conversations that you need to have with your mate. That's why I've always maintained y'all need to understand establish that early on.
And
Establish it early on.
also another option. They talked about this on Breakfast Club. Like they had a nice a long discussion about this on Breakfast Club. Like, what if his wife was there? It's like
Exactly. I was saying because like she may have been the one
Carnival, like
filming it.
that's what I said. Like she could have been the one filming it. That's what Charlemagne was
She could
saying.
have been filming it.
Yeah, like his wife could have been the one that actually filmed the thing. It's like
So my thing that I always leave it with saying with that is if it was me personally, I wouldn't want my husband to do that. But
I
if
say
you have
I'm not into that shit, but if that's your
but
thing,
if you have that understanding, then do you.
yeah.
Like I said, me personally, that's not I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's out there cheating on his wife because we don't know. Well, like I said, like it's
That's
people
what
that are sleeping.
everybody so jumped on that. It's like, yeah,
We don't know people's personal
check
business.
out Mr. I Love My Wife. Like everybody went in on that. Yeah.
And that's unfair to do because you don't know what goes on behind people's closed doors. You don't know what goes on behind their clothes. Like a lot of couples, we found out after the fact, like they have three ways. It's a lot of couples that married couples that have three way. T-Pain admitted that him and his wife did that. So it's like
Monique admitted she's in
Monique admitted that they did three ways. Tiny and T.I. did three ways. Like it's couples out there that like you like, oh, like when you find out after the fact, Will and Jada had an open relationship. I mean, well, we kind of always knew that, but
so they had entanglements.
they had entanglements.
Entanglements with August. Entanglements.
But I mean, that's why I'm like, I think that's unfair to be like, is this cheating? It's like the correct question is, how would you, if it was your mate, would you be that? That's how you have to
Yeah.
ask that question.
Are
For
you
me, I wouldn't
comfortable?
want my mate to do that. For me,
Are
no,
you
I wouldn't.
comfortable with your partner?
I wouldn't be comfortable because I know my mate wouldn't be comfortable if I was like letting some dude do that to me. He wouldn't want to see some dude dancing and grind up on me. He would not want to see that.
But if that's your thing, then
Yeah, so
um, it's not my thing. No, so I
it's
wouldn't do
not my thing. So
it.
respect, like I said, that like respect is a two-way street, and you have to respect. Like that's ultimately what the definition, what would constitute cheating. Because some people think that kissing is cheating. Some people think that having an emotional, like you're sharing deep secrets, they consider that cheating. Some people,
I'm
and
saying
then
just
obviously
going
like
out for
you have
coffee with
sex.
somebody is cheating. Like even if it's not
Yeah,
hit, y'all just go out for coffee and shit. Some will say that's cheating. It all depends on what your
yeah.
comfort
It
level.
depends on what your level of respect is for your significant other. So if your significant other is very bothered by certain behavior and certain things, and you choose to still do it, even though you know that I'm very uncomfortable with this, and you still choose to do it, then yeah,
You're kind of an asshole.
that's definitely cheating in there. Especially like if you hide something, like if you're doing
If
things
you
and
can't
then
tell
you're
your partner about it, then it's probably
then
should.
you're probably yeah,
Probably that's my
it's probably
philosophy. If
wrong.
you can't tell him about it, then you probably shouldn't do the shit. That's a sign
Exactly.
there. If you can't share it with your partner, then
Exactly.
you probably shouldn't do the shit.
And that's why I said they're jumping down his throat saying that he's out there cheating. Like his wife could have been filming it.
Because
We
that's
don't know
the
who was
first thing
filming it.
everybody jumped on. Check out Mr. I Love My Wife. Yeah, check him out right here. Like that's everybody
Because
jumped.
first I was like, that's not Chance. And then when I looked, I was like, oh shit, that is Chance.
Definitely Mr. Chancellor Bennett right there.
He read my kids a story where when my kids went to their one of his events here, and they got books from Chance and everything, and I had a video of them with him reading a story to my kids.
Well, you want to stay in Chicago? Stay in Chicago. Have you seen this video? I'm gonna put it up. Yeah, it's um this gas station video. Have you seen this?
Oh yeah, oh god,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That was definitely it
I
was
thought
this was
I'd
out
be
west. Let's put the disclaimer up. This was out west.
West Side, and yeah,
This was out west.
West Side, and yo, we gonna
This was
watch it
out
together.
west.
Give commentary. The one girl's like, "Yeah, don't run me over, bitch." Yeah, they were like going at
You
it.
gonna do, bitch? What you gonna do? No, 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 no.
Threw shit at her, and then she's pulling around. Get back to the good shit. Yeah. Okay. Now here's where the crazy shit happens right here.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
this.
yeah,
What you gonna do, bitch?
Jerry,
You ain't
bitch,
gonna do
what's
shit.
going on? Gonna do shit. What this
You
bitch
ain't gonna
did?
do shit. Fuck you.
Oh, they get she rams and drags this fucking guy here, which I think were they together or not? I still don't know the whole
I
story.
don't know what, but he got
Drags this fucking guy
dragged.
after she rams the girl's car. And then this was like the wait for it moment right here and shit. Like she rammed it while
Yeah,
her car was still in the pump. Wait for it as she was like making her getaway. He head on to another car and flips the whole
she
truck
head
over.
onto another car, and the car flips over.
Flips the whole truck over. And then the fucked up part is like, yeah, the chick got out like nothing
She
happened.
got
I think she was a superhero and shit. Like I said, she got out the truck after flipping it, like nothing happened. It's like, look at it. She got out the truck after she flipped it over.
this bitch is Wolverine. She's titanium. Bitch Wolverine.
I saw that. I was like, she ain't even hurt. She got out
Right.
the
Like
truck after
she
flipping the shit.
when I saw that truck flip over, and then the fact that she got out, and they're like you're stupid, and then like the fact that nobody was shot, they're just like your stupid ass foot. I don't care, I don't care. So what? She's so what? I'm like,
West Side be West Side.
these people are crazy as hell. And
West
the poor
Side.
guy whose car got hit on the street, the poor little white guy, he's looking like
Yeah, the guy
you
who
ain't
like was just sitting at a red light and shit.
like he got his phone, like he wanted to change insurance information. This chick ain't exchanging no insurance information with you.
Shit.
Oh my God. I was like, this is crazy. But I was like, it would be. They was like, yeah, it's Chicago. I was like, that's out west. So
It definitely was out west, yeah.
out west.
It 100% was out west.
But that's crazy as hell. Like, what is like I honestly, and this is me being serious, dead serious. I honestly think that most of us need to like have like some support group or go to therapy after 2020. Because I think people have like fucking lost their minds after 2020. I think that a lot of people, because some people, if you were isolated and you were just
So has
isolated,
been active
isolated,
training.
isolated
Yeah.
for like 8 months. Let's say you couldn't talk to nobody for 8 months and you just isolated. Now you just try and slowly get back to you and being back into Gen Pop. You have things like that happen where it's like somebody slightly ruffles your feathers. Now you don't know how to
Like
process that and be
we got a
like,
bunch of stories we're gonna get to about that.
oh my gosh, like that's just crazy. Like that was so crazy when I saw that. I was like, this can't be real. When I saw it, like this can't be. I was like, oh god, like, this is real. Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, everybody, because when the first video I saw, it said it was like, wait for it. It was like the caption. So I knew some crazy shit. Anytime you have a video, it says, wait for
Wait
it.
for it.
You know, some crazy shit is about to happen. It just like, wait for it was all it said. Like, it said nothing else in the caption for the first video. It just said, wait for it. So I watched that whole video. And I thought the wait for it was ramming the truck. It's like, the flipping the shirt. I wasn't ready for that.
I
Ramming
wasn't
it
ready for that either when she
to me,
flipped the
like
shirt.
you about to like this. It was like the Simpson episode with Homer jumps Springfield Gorge. It's like I thought the wait for it was like going down into the gorge. Yeah, it's like the wait for was like the ambulance crashing.
Crashing him rolling back
That's what the
out.
truck flip was like, the ambulance crashing. Like, I wasn't ready for that. I thought the fall itself, like when she rams the girl's truck, like while the gas pump is. I thought that was the wait for it. Is like. But when she flips that truck, I was like, oh, I wasn't ready for that shit.
People are so crazy. Just bananas these days.
Speaking of which, let's get to another craze. You see this fucking video.
No, what's that?
It's some idiot at a mall. I still don't have this whole story, but what this
Oh
fucking
my
guy.
God.
And then
What
watch
mall
it
is
like
that?
I don't know. It's not. It wasn't Chicago, but I don't know what mall it was. He tried to get up. Nah, you ain't going nowhere, homie. You ain't going nowhere,
How
homie.
did you even get over the banister? What the hell?
But from the story I read, it's like he was a shoplifter trying to get away. But you gonna kill yourself to get away, bro? If what it looks like said he's like fucked up pretty bad, like shattered pelvis, something like that from that fall. It's
He
like
probably broke both of his legs, shattered his pelvis.
that fall and shit, yeah.
Maybe like broke like a tibia, like maybe broke like the tailbone, like something.
Yeah, tailbone. So I think it was an injury.
Yeah.
But guess what? After all of that, yeah, like you could have just got arrested and not had any of those injuries. Now you know, and you still going to jail too. It's like, you know they arrested him after they sent him to the hospital. It's like,
But people have lost their damn mind. I keep on going back. I blame the pandemic. People have lost their damn mind. People have.
speaking of
I got nothing but the pandemic. That's what I got. It's the
speaking
pandemic.
of which, we didn't get to talk about it last week because I didn't see the video until after we recorded. But downtown Chicago,
All them badass kids. Oh my god.
wilding the fuck out, yeah. Like twerking on top of police cars and buses and shit. Is like, and yeah, just attacking folks is like, yeah. I don't have video of that. I don't feel like pulling up the video of that, but we all know the story and shit. Yeah.
And then like 4 kids got shot or something, I want to say.
Was it? I heard two. Like I don't know exactly how many, but I heard a couple of
Some
kids.
kids got shot, yeah, and then because it's like
Police
people
really didn't do anything because I believe they were out. Man, they weren't ready for that shit. It's like, yeah. So like, yeah, if you got like, I don't know how many kids are like. It's like say between 500 and 1,000. It's like you didn't have that many cops there and shit. It's like, yeah, I don't know how many police were there, but it wasn't that many. But so now, like on the first nice day in Chicago, you're gonna ask too. So now we can't even hang out downtown no more. Because I've walked, yeah, I'm sure you have. Like sometimes you just go for a walk on a nice night. Yeah, I've walked on Saturday nights downtown. It's like
Michigan Avenue.
yeah, Michigan, Buckingham Fountain, all of that shit. I've walked, yeah. State
Yeah, because Marcus and I did that when we went golfing. We went to Mackie Daly Park one time and then we golfed over there and then we were walking like by the fountain and we were considering getting on one of those you know how they have like the rickshaw people, like we were considering like getting on one of those.
Yeah.
They were playing some what's his name? Bad Bunny. They were playing him. They were playing some of his music. Yeah. Yeah.
So now, well, this past weekend they were preparing because they said a round two like may have been happening. So now you got Millennium Park like fenced off and shit. But so now you can't just walk and enjoy it. The citizens can't just enjoy a nice night in Chicago anyway. They had the little barrack, the little temporary barricades. Like they started
Mhm.
putting those up. So now, so now y'all fucked it up for everybody and shit. That they fencing off Millennium Park and shit.
And it starts here with this. And as a parent, I'm gonna jump in and put your parent down. Parents, you are not your kids' friends. Stop being your kids' friends. It's okay to do things like, okay, if you want to do a TikTok video with them, you want to post pictures with them on the gram and do whatever. But at the end of the day, you are not your child's friend. Be a parent to your child. Let them know, especially if they're teenagers, let them know it is real consequences to their actions.
Oh, it would have been
That's
kind
what they don't understand.
I was lucky. I was in Rockford that night, so I was totally away from Chicago. But had I been downtown Chicago, me and my lady walking down the street, it would have been some consequences for somebody.
Yeah,
Run up on me like, yeah, fuck around and find out and shit. It would
yeah,
have been.
exactly. And then these kids, then your mom on TV, he's a good boy. Like you're crying on TV about your baby being a good boy. It's like, no, it's like you gotta be a parent to your child. You gotta let them know about real consequences because if you always are cleaning up their mistakes and always clean up their shit, they're not gonna know about it. You're a safety net at this point. So they're not gonna think about, oh, if I do this, then I could get injured or worse. They're not thinking like that. They think that, oh, well, I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. And then when like I said, when they fuck around and find out,
Yeah,
it's too late.
feel in some type of way.
But be a parent. That's why I keep on saying, be a parent to your children. Like you gotta be a parent. You gotta start there.
Well, we
You
got to
gotta,
see the response from both Lori Lightfoot and Brandon Johnson. Both talked about this. Brandon Johnson, he got some heat for like what he said. Is like Lightfoot, she like demonizes like yeah, like this we won't tolerate this in our city and all. She did, it's typical. Like yeah,
mm-hmm.
but Brand he said that wow this is. But I'm paraphrasing like wow this is messed up. Like we shouldn't demonize these kids, these impoverished kids, some shit like that. He said. So and that's what I was
and
talking. That's what I was talking about when I said soft on crime. Is that kind
and here's my thing. And I'm trying to figure out
I got mine. Go ahead.
how to tread with this.
I'm not treading. I got mine.
Everything,
Guns are blazing. Go ahead.
some stuff is attached to, like if you look at where crime and where a lot of things like that happen, a lot of like negative behavior and stuff like that, it is socioeconomic factors attached to that. It is like if you look at the theory of look at that, like okay, socioeconomic like factors, like if you're impoverished, this and that, crime is going to happen, so and so, so and so. But you just can't. That just can't be your blanket statement. You just
this
can't
was
use it for everything. That's just my thing. You just
this
can't
was
use that for
this
everything.
was downtown Chicago on a Saturday night. So
Right? You can't use that for everything. You
and then
can't.
people say like, yeah, well,
You
these
can't.
kids they just need an outlet. They need somewhere to go. Like, yeah, so yeah, so you think a fucking youth center would have stopped that? And
Mm-hmm.
what after school activity is going on a
On a
Saturday?
Saturday,
I'm saying like you got your daughter's in after school. Yeah, what after school activity is gonna be on Saturday night and shit? Like
not
it's
at
got
all.
nothing to do with any of that shit. It's
Not
like
at all.
trying to say like what they need
That's
and
why I say it's a yes and a no. Like
it's
some stuff
Saturday
can
night.
be,
What
some
do you
stuff can be prepared with education and like and trying to better improve to like put, you know what I mean, to put more.
I think that basketball camp would have stopped that.
But everything is not attached to that,
Y'all are
and
insane. You think throwing money at that is gonna stop that?
that's what I feel. That's like my downside of that. I feel like sometimes people use things as a crutch, like, well, I'm so and so, so that's why I'm so and so. You can rise above shit. Like just because you, like we always say, LeBron James was born to a teenage mom in Akron, Ohio. He's a billionaire. He
Yeah,
didn't say, well, I'm a product of my environment. He didn't just stay there. You see what I mean?
yeah.
He didn't stay there,
I
hate
felt
him or love him.
that was a weak
He
excuse.
didn't stay there. That's my thing. Like you just can't stay at a point and be like, well, I'm a product of my environment. This is just how it is.
Can't just say, yeah,
No.
we're gonna build more centers and like, yeah, more and invest in there. Like, yeah, sure, investing in the community is fine, but like, it's not gonna fix shit like that. It's
It's
like a
not going to fix stuff.
bunch of motherfuckers wilding out on a Saturday night. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like opening up a fucking youth center with like midnight basketball is not gonna fix that. It's
You
like
gotta have both. You gotta have money. You gotta invest in the people. You also gotta invest to protect the people. You gotta do both. You gotta do
we
both.
got shit going on in the hood.
You
Like
gotta do both.
the park district don't exist. It's
Yeah, the
not like
party.
basketball courts don't aren't on every corner in the hood. It's like, yeah, it's like
Yep.
it's shit for them to do and shit. It's like
Our districts are, and they got their stuff hot. Like I said, they already had their spring registration a couple weeks ago. Like their spring programs are in full effect. They're about to start the summer registration next month.
and
I
every
know, like I said, I know the park district how they work.
and there's a
I
court.
know how
Yeah,
they.
you got courts in every fucking hood. Every park got a court. On most of the parks got basketball courts. Yeah. So it's shit to do.
It's a
It's more
factor.
shit.
Like I said, I start with the thing I say the most that I think needs the most attention first. Parents, like I keep on lead with parents first. Parents, stop being your kid's
That's where it
friend. That's
starts.
the first thing I lead with. Stop being your kid's friend.
Not
Because
talking
a lot
about
of these parents want to be the cool parent. They want to be I'm the cool parent. I'm this and I'm chill and you can't do that with your kids. You can't do that with them.
throw some tax money. Like, no, like, yeah, not for motherfuckers wilding out. Figure out why the fuck are motherfuckers wilding.
No, like why are they wilding out?
Get to
And I
that.
say
Get to the bottom of
my
that.
thing, my thing I always say, have real consequences to actions. Like
Yes.
when you start putting penalties, like my thing that I say people understand the best is money. Greatest thing that people understand universally. You
Yes.
attach real penalties, you attach real jail time, you attach real community service, you attach real consequences to stuff. If you get caught doing this, you're gonna have all these consequences.
Like restitution, like for all the
Yeah,
property you destroyed. Like, yeah, you should be responsible for
restitution.
paying for it. It's like,
Green,
yeah, that's us.
green.
I'm getting back
Everybody
to
understand that
yeah,
green. Yeah, green.
yeah, be responsible for all the shit.
Community service, like I said, these kids ain't gonna want to give it. I wouldn't. No, your ass gonna be in community service. You're gonna be picking up trash on the highway. Your ass gonna be out there doing that, or your ass gonna be at the homeless center serving homeless people food. That's what your ass is gonna be doing. You're gonna be out there doing some stuff for the community.
Yeah.
But I mean, you gotta put real consequences behind these actions because if they just get like the slap on the wrist, oh, they're just kids being kids, bad kid, bad kid, bad kid. They're not going to see like, oh, I can get away with stuff.
Oh, you just need an outlet. Like, nah, you need a foot and ass.
And while some kids do need an outlet, that may be true for some, but that should not be the crutch. Like I said, I feel like it's becoming a crutch now. It's becoming a crutch.
Yeah,
It is.
especially that. Like I said, Saturday
It's a
night.
crutch.
Like what you got a 24-hour youth center? Like, what shit? Come on.
Out of 100 kids, let's say that maybe 5 need the outlet. You see what I mean? It might be only 5 that works on 5. What about the other 95?
Stop the cap.
You see what I mean? Like, okay, it worked on 5.
Cap.
Because everybody, like, I'm gonna go here with you. Remember on Maury when Maury would send the kids to like the prison? It's supposed to be like the scare straight thing or whatever,
When
and they'd be
it became
laughing.
comedy after a while and shit. Yeah.
The kids would be
Yeah, they be have a smirk on their face the whole time. So they just scared straight shit ain't working. It's like they
yeah.
roasting your ass and shit. Yeah.
Maybe like the 10 kids, maybe like one of them was like crying. Maybe it worked on one, but the other 9 it didn't work on. Like
But most of them is a goddamn joke.
exactly. Like you gotta figure out everything doesn't work for everybody. So that's the job that you have to do is figure out what the best solution is. Because you want to get a hold of this rather sooner than later. You don't want these kids to just be wilding out.
Absolutely.
We don't want that. We don't want these kids wilding out. We don't.
So what you got? Cause I got a couple more.
And since we talk about badass kids, I know you saw that viral video with the student hitting the teacher.
Where I was going with the bomb.
Since we talking about badass kids.
You want to find the video? Like,
Find the video with the badass kid.
Story. I'll look for the video.
So in the video,
all that saved it. I apparently
the child was, I think, 13 years old, and the teacher was a substitute teacher, and she took a device from a child and said, "I'm seeing that devices are things that these kids live by now. Like I recently gave my daughter a smartphone for her birthday. People may be like, okay, she's young for, but this is the reality we're in. My daughter just turned 8, so we told her that she could get a phone when she turned 8. So we did buy her a phone when she turned 8. So And like we see her, like, she's like into her phone, into her stuff. And then sometimes we're calling her for things. And then we're like, Ariana, like you gotta answer when we call you. Like, don't be so into that phone. But we are going to start limiting, like we said, we're going to start putting time limits because it's like you need to get a little bit better because you starting to get a little bit too attached. So with that being said, this 13-year-old, her phone was confiscated from her, and then she was upset that she couldn't get her phone back or something. So then she went, got in the teacher's face, and the teacher was like, "Hey, like
I
basically
got
back
some
up,
of it.
like
Yeah, I don't have the whole video, but
back up. You don't know me like that." Like the teacher was like, "Hey, you don't know me like that," and
I
then
got some of this video. Let's look at it. Hold on.
it shit hit the fan. The girl did reach out, and the girl did swing on the teacher first. She swung and did the first swing, and the teacher had hands. The teacher had hands.
So here it is, right here.
Yeah.
Neither one of them could fight. First of all, like, I'm just looking.
She did the
You can't have
windmill.
no drawers on either. Too. Everybody was real tumble.
And then that was the thing, like, why are you in class with no underwear on?
The third she was like, yeah, she holding like like niggas always looking
Yeah.
at. But that's enough of that.
I'm like, why don't you have on underwear in a school with kids?
Yeah.
And then that skirt was a little short, but I digress. That was a little bit much. But I mean, the fact that
Lot to
she
unpack with that, yeah. Lot to
the
unpack.
fact that she like like she did swing on her and then she did start like she went into a windmill, but then when she got on the ground she was hitting her on the ground or whatever, but the teacher did hit her like she was like up here that she would have been fighting like at a bar.
That's what
And
I was
people,
about. Yeah, like was any of that justified? Could a teacher have handled that differently? Let's
yeah,
talk.
and people were saying that, yeah,
I
like
teach classes like and almost got into a fight with a student not too long ago. I told you that story.
yeah.
And I didn't do none of that shit. Like I was able to settle it without putting hands on this
As
dude.
an adult, it's like at the end of the day, it's like we know that kids' brains are not fully developed. They're not. A 13-year-old is not going to have the brain of like, and I'm assuming that teacher had to be at least about 30 or
Yeah,
close to it.
say,
Minimum, she's
let's
late
say 30.
20s,
Let's
minimum.
just say 30.
Yeah. But it's like you're a grown person. You're 30 years old. Your mind is developed, unless you had developmental delays. This child is 13. They're still not, they're very young. So her doing that, it's like firing her like she's a grown woman. It's like,
Because I saw so much in my timeline.
that was
Everybody was like,
excessive.
it's pretty much 80-20, even like 90-10, like in the teacher's favor. Like everybody was like saying that teacher was totally justified.
She defended herself.
But to me, I say, listen, I'm a Matthew McConaughey this shit from Time to Kill. Yeah. Now imagine the teacher was white, then I just walk away. Danny Trump and all of the motherfuckers would be attached to this story.
That racist bitch.
White teacher, yeah, like, that's somebody's child. You have to handle it differently as an adult. It could be exact same situation, but with a white teacher. See how it flips immediately when you
It
change the
would have
race.
flipped. Yeah, it would have
It
flipped.
was it was a video a couple years like that. Remember security? It was some sassy girl and the security guard like slammed her to the ground and dragged her out of class.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, she was sitting in a little armchair like in class. Yeah, it was a teenager and like yeah, and they like slammed her like it's like an adult. I dragged her out of.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody was outraged. It's like same situation to me. It's like,
Because
because
people were saying like
because they were white though, it was different though.
the correct answer I saw
white,
that somebody said.
you have such a higher standard for white people. Like white people have to act civilized. Like black people, you can act a fool. I guess that's what your standards are for black people. You have a higher standard. You must be very undignified. We had a white teacher that said it. You have to remain dignified as a white person.
The correct answer
Black
that I saw some of my teacher friends say is she should have just called security.
Exactly. Which is like kind of what I didn't I included somebody above my pay grade in my I didn't call security, but I did get the education director and bring him.
My thing is
I did bring the education director with the student I was dealing with.
I'm not paid for this.
This cat, he's like he's out of line. He was talking shit to me. Like I just actually.
This is above my pay grade. because like she was a substitute teacher. That means she wasn't even tenured. She was a
Well,
substitute
let's tell
teacher.
the story. Yeah, our mom, it happened back in the day. She was at this ghetto ass so-called
Ghetto
academy
ass
just
school.
outside of Chicago. Yeah. And then see, it's like the first time like somebody threw something at her. Yeah. She was
Mhm.
substitute teaching, like somebody threw a piece of chalk or something and hit her in the back of the head. She just grabbed her purse, her coat, and just walked out. And she, like
She
that's
walked
how
out.
mom after that and told the principal, like, yeah, somebody threw, I'm leaving.
I'm done with
Somebody
this
threw something
shit.
at
I'm
me. Yeah.
done.
She
I'm
just said
out.
straight up, yeah, I'm about to leave. Like somebody just threw some shit at me. Yeah. And left. It's like that's
And
how mom.
left.
She didn't fight this dude. Mom just like she got
She
her coat.
clocked out and went home.
She said, "Okay, I'm out of here. You want to throw shit at me? I'm out of here."
Yeah. That's above your pay grade. It's like I'm not having nobody throw anything at me. I'm not having nobody hit me in any job. Like I'm not paid to fight. I'm not a boxer. I'm not UFC. I'm not paid to fight. So if anybody wants to fight me at my job, I'm out.
Not Davis and Garcia from last night.
Thank you. And once again, it comes full circle. See, we are not new.
Facts. But yeah, I played because I went there like because I saw in my timeline it was a lot of back and because one other guy did say that is like he was on the 10%. Like I said, it was 90-10. He was like it don't matter, like you're an adult, you gotta handle shit differently, is what
That's
he
what I
was.
said. As an adult, that's my answer. As an adult, your brain is more developed
And
than
I
a
like,
child.
and I followed up with his post. I said, yeah, now imagine if that teacher was white, like the response that all these people in this timeline would have had.
Mm-hmm.
Justice for whoever that kid's name would have been. Like, it'd have been all. It would have been a hashtag then. We just talk about Ralph Yarl a little bit since we talking about most.
Yeah, yeah, we can.
We could wrap there. We getting long. It's
Yeah,
like
we can wrap. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ralph Yarl was he and like he'll tell the story. If you haven't heard the story yet, it's like Ralph Yarl. He was a teenager. Was he 14? How old
Yeah,
was he?
he's 16.
16. Okay, I
He's
forget.
16. He's okay. He's
16-year
16.
old. Yeah.
Mhm. In
Band member,
Missouri,
regular kid. It's like, yeah, regular kid. But yeah,
played in the band, regular kid, good student. Mm-hmm.
yeah. He was going to pick up his brother.
His
Ended
twin
up
brothers, pick up his
at the
twin
wrong house. Is like it was like supposed to be at something terrace. He was at something street.
street. Yeah,
That's compared to Chicago. If you like 87th Street versus 87th
the
Place.
place. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
simple mistake, honest mistake, honest
Yeah.
mistake,
He was at
honest.
the right address but on the wrong street. And then
On the wrong block. Yeah,
he comes in and then he's the old 84-year-old man. He like old man, like shoots him. Yeah.
shoots him for
He,
ringing his doorbell.
he thought he was like breaking in or whatever.
My thing, he rang the doorbell. So my answer that I give, okay, and this is an intelligent answer that I give, okay. I get at 84 years old, like our mom is elderly. So like our mom doesn't open the door for stranger people. She doesn't know. She sees, like I said, this is not saying that just because like he's 16, because like some 16-year-old kids are big.
Yeah.
But I don't know how big Ralph Yarrow is. I don't know how big he is. But with that being said,
Ralph Yarrow is still alive for those that didn't know.
yeah, he's still alive and he's doing
He
well.
survived the
He's
shooting.
doing
So yeah,
and he's doing very well, thank God.
I just had to throw that in there.
But it's like, okay, if you see somebody knock on your door or ring your bell and you don't know the person, you can talk through the door or talk through the window. Because if you're in your house, you're typically safe until you open your door. If you don't know who the person is, don't open your door. If you're just apprehensive, yeah, how can I help you? Is so and so that, wait, who are you looking for? Oh, you got the wrong house. Is this so and so address? No, this is so and so. Oh, my mistake. And that's all you had to do. Open the door and shoot the child.
But here's like it say he shot through the door and he didn't open the door. It's like what the story I heard, he shot through the door. That's what I heard. It said that.
But still shooting. It's like, come on.
And like the way the story is unfolding is like because Ben Crump, like he's if doing too much as a person, like yeah, we'll come back to him in a second. It's Ralph Yarl, yeah, wrong. The old man was totally wrong. Let's start
Yeah,
off there.
totally
But it's
wrong.
more to like than what Ben Crump and you know what I'm saying. It's like more to it than that. It's
Mm-hmm.
like he said that he rang the doorbell and then he was turning the handle. You know, like if he thought he was at the right house, you might check to see if it's open, which I
Yeah.
would if I never been to this house. But yeah, if he thought his brother was there, like he started. They said, and that's when the old man shot him. He thought he was breaking in, but like I said, the doorbell thing is a red flag. But some people said that but a lot of criminals ring doorbells to see if anybody is home. So like it's a whole lot for yeah. So the I'm willing to say that the old dude thought he was getting robbed and but he fucked up. He wasn't getting robbed. So yeah, he should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law for what he did.
All
But
you do, yes, who like all you do is just call out, hello, excuse me, call out.
or wait and shit like yeah, like if somebody's jiggle, I don't shoot through the door. Like yeah, to me,
Mhm.
I'll grab my piece and like if I was me, like, and I'll hear somebody. Because like me, if I'm not expecting nobody, I'm probably just ignore that ring. It's like yeah, if I start hearing a jiggle, then I grab my piece and I wait. If they enter, then I'm shooting. I'm like I'm not shooting through a door though. It's like yeah,
Yeah.
if you come in, it's like okay, then like who the fuck are you and shit? Yeah, like that's what that. But
Mhm.
now that he shot him through the fucking door, which is the problem. Yeah, it's like were you furious from boys that we shot through the door and shit?
Yeah.
Like he shot through the door is a story. Yes, but of course, like he got charged with I forget the exact charges. Let's get it up, but
Mhm.
the old dude did get he got. Let's pull up the full charges. Shooting. I'm gonna get. I want to get like everything. Yeah, I didn't have the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, here's the story right here. Okay. Daniel Lester was an 84-year-old white dude who was charged with armed criminal action and first degree assault. And of course, some like Ben Crump are saying it's not enough, like it's being attempted murder trying, and some even trying to attach a hate crime to this. But how do you prove that? Like that's
Yeah, that's doing too
you're
much.
trying to get acquittals like with
Yeah,
this.
that's doing too much.
It's like when you overcharge somebody, that's how you end up
That's
getting.
how acquittals happen, and that's
And
how
yeah,
uproars happen and all that. So,
it's rigged. It's like, but if you overcharge somebody, that's all.
and they don't have the proof, then it's not going to get it. But
You have to prove that it was an attempted murder, and especially the fucking hate crime shit. Yeah,
but
you got to
thank God
prove
the
it.
young
Like,
man is
yeah, I'm
doing
glad that he
okay.
survived and
Thank
he's
God that he
on the
survived it,
mend. Yeah,
and I hope that he can be okay, like mentally and everything, because
getting
like
shot.
that has to be
Traumatic.
extremely traumatic.
Traumatic.
Like you were just going to pick up your brothers from a friend from a house that you thought that, and it's just sad, just unfortunate. But it's like thankfully he did survive. So, hopefully that he's makes a full recovery with everything and that he's able to do great things, go to school, whatever his pursue his passion of whatever he wants to do. So
But there was two other shootings similar to this, but since it was white people, nobody gave a shit. It's like because you saw the woman that was in the wrong driveway that backed into
yeah,
somebody's driveway. That story, the 20-year-old, she was shot and killed when like
yeah.
and which is really like scary because like how many of us have done that before, like made a turnaround
That
and somebody
they turn around the driveway.
is like,
Mhm.
yeah, but you turn around the wrong driveway and shit like that happens.
Like you pass your little, oh, that's the wrong address. Let me just turn around real quick because like you pass your destination, then you just turn around real quick rather than do a
If
U-turn
it's
just
like
to
a
get.
one way or not a
Yeah,
one, it's a narrow street. It's like hard to make a U turn on
yeah,
that
exactly.
because you have to pull in the driveway to turn back. It's like yeah,
Hmm.
it's hard to like turn if it's a narrow ass street because otherwise you just bust a U. But the street
Hmm.
narrow, then sometimes like which is like I said, scary pulling in somebody's driveway. We all have done that at some point.
Yeah.
And then the other story about the ball that bounced in somebody's. You saw that the basketball
Hmm.
like and like the father was killed and his 6-year-old daughter was shot in the face. Like yeah, because a ball bounced in somebody's yard and shit. Yeah, the dude shot him. He shot.
And that's why I say people have lost their damn mind.
Yeah,
Like
motherfuckers
you
are wilding out and shit.
use judgment before you do things. Bullets are forever. If you take someone's life, you can't.
Yeah, yeah.
That they're gone forever.
Mm.
So be certain before you pull the trigger. Be certain. Am I willing to take this person's life for what?
Because that's
Because we had a disagreement.
it's forever. But I think I'm done. I'm gonna skip over these. We got some other story. Like
So
I'll
we can,
mention this real quick to pick things up on the end of an era coming to Netflix, which I still didn't know was a thing. It's like they're shutting down their DVD by mail service on September 29th. I didn't know anybody was still doing that.
what?
Netflix. You know, they say they used to mail out the DVD.
Oh, the
Well,
DVDs. I didn't think that was still a thing.
yeah,
Okay.
people still get DVDs
Whatever.
in 2023. They said they ended that in September. So yeah, I was like, and everybody in the time I was like, I didn't know they still
I didn't
did.
know they still did that.
After they started streaming, everybody assumed that if you got Netflix, you just stream it. They'll still
Mm-hmm.
mail out DVDs to your house, like for you to watch. It's like, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess they still do that. So I should sign up for the DVD service now
Stop.
for September.
Stop.
Why not? It's like, I want to be the last one to receive a Netflix DVD. I'm signing up for the DVD service. I wonder if they still taking new customers. Like, hey, can you sign up right now for the DVD?
Probably not.
So I wanted, yeah. Like if my mom doesn't have a Netflix, she doesn't stream. Like, yeah, I want to order it so my mom could watch. She got to binge watch her shows on DVD and shit. I'm doing that shit. But yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, oh wow, yeah, I didn't know that was still a thing. But I'm gonna skip over the rest of these hot takes. But not another damn podcast episode 308. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
craziness that went down on this episode. You want to
Mm-hmm.
support our craziness even further? Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know I do it.
And you can check me at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SER8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SER8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs. Check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.